Understanding your astrological birth chart can be a great way to deepen your connection and understanding of yourself so that you can connect with your soul as an individual and, more importantly, understand your personality and how you express yourself in the world. But what I will say is that I am not an astrologer by any means. I've just learned how to connect with my own chart. And within this video, I wanted to share with you some of the aspects that I have within my chart so that you can get to know me and the different aspects of who I am. What I will say though is if you are an astrologer and you pick up some things from my chart that I haven't mentioned, please be sure to leave them within the comments of this video. But what I'm going to share with you is my sun sign, my moon sign, my rising sign, and also my Venus sign. Because the sun sign is how you express yourself outwardly in the world. Your moon sign is your inward expression. And your rising sign more so relates to who you are as an individual with regards to your personality. So that's really interesting. But with regards to your Venus sign is where you live by your heart center. And we are moving into the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is all about living from the heart. So I wanted to speak with you about all of these different aspects within my chart. So let's dive in, and first of all look at my sun sign. And what I will say is that I am a Leo, and behind me you can see a lovely statue of a Leo that was gifted me for my birthday on the 15th of August. Thank you, Lorna, for gifting that to me. It's a fantastic gift and it's been perfect for this video. But I have a Leo sun and also a Leo moon. And what you can also see from my chart is that I have also got Mercury and Mars in Leo. So I've got a lot going on within the sign of Leo. And what I will say is that all the different planets will have an impact on one another, especially when they're in the same sign. But let's jump in to look at the sign of the Leo sun, and that with regards to what that means for me as a man. So let me share that with you now. So the Leo sun is often very misrepresented. People don't really understand this sign in the slightest. So let me break it down for you to its very basics. And this is what I found online. So I'm just re-quoting what I found. So the Leo suns are cats. That's the energy. Feline energy at the core. People think Leos have a majestic royal look to them. Once again, that's the rising sign. The best way to describe the Leo is there are two distinct personalities. Like most cats, a Leo prefers to actually be alone. They don't like the party and overcrowded scenes. That's more so the Leo moon. So as I've said, I've got the Leo moon in my chart as well as the sun. But with relation to this, I very much connect with the sun aspect because I like my own alone time. I like to connect with my cave because that's where I find my own peace and solitude. So let me go into this in more detail. Leo suns like to look their best, and I'm talking about trying to look perfect, constantly touching up their hair, fixing up their makeup, rustling their clothes. That's like a cat cleaning themselves. They do this constantly. It's more of a nervous habit. A Leo sign is more active at night Leos tend to do extreme workouts, intense studying, and may focus more on self-care. Very much relation to me here when it connects to myself and my work, and when I go through difficult and challenging times. Self-care is so very, very important to me. And also there are aspects of myself that are very intense when it comes to my work. I put a lot of attention and detail in it. It doesn't mean I'm intense as an individual, but I put a lot of my focus on it, when I go about doing my work. They actually have a very Taurus energy about working, because the Taurus energy is dominant in Leo, and Leo is dominant in Scorpio, etc. All fixed signs have the energy of the previous. A Leo sun usually has a tired look about them. And you can see I look a little bit tired today, and can usually come across as boring. It's often because they stayed up all night, running around, being a crazy cat, like at 3 a.m. for example. Leos actually value their privacy within romantic relationships. The Leo suns are actually very hard, usually due to their erratic sleep patterns, standoffish behaviour, and Leo suns are usually pretty monotone and tend to be very quiet individuals, very much like myself. Think of a cat, study a cat, and that's a Leo sun. Leo suns tend to be on the very smaller side. They also get embarrassed super easily and tend to be pretty eccentric individuals. And I think in many ways the Leo sun does encapsulate me and aspects of who I am. I've got a very sort of earthly nature about me as well. I'm very connected with myself. I like my own space where I can do my own self-care, and I can reflect upon life and all that life brings. Very, very important to me. But I do like to stay up late. I'm more of a night owl than an early bird, so to speak. And often I work with clients in the States more than anywhere in the world. And that's very useful for me because I can wake up late and work till late. Very, very useful. So that's an example of the Leo sun and that Leo sun aspect within me. So let's jump into the Leo moon. The Leo moon in this placement represents the divine child. Most of the curiosity of a lion cub, wants to be nurtured and has a curiosity for life, likes to make impulsive choices. Remember, moon signs are your core, and what I say, your inward aspect. This is usually more dominant when you're younger, before your ego, your sun and the rising sign develop. Okay, Leo moons can have an attitude problem at a young age and come across as a little childish. But the magical side of the moon sign is that you have natural healing capabilities. And many people say that about myself and my work, which is beautiful because I love the work that I do. I love supporting people, I love guiding people, and I love healing people in different areas of life. So I love that was mentioned within the Leo moon. You internally have the energy of the sun, usually good at recovering from illness, and you have a more youthful look about yourself, definitely, wouldn't you say? They tend to be natural healers. You can attract the sick, elderly and children because of the magnetic light, and I seem to attract people that are wounded at times, which is useful, because I can support them in healing. That's very, very valuable there. They can see the healing and childlike energy within you. This is why Leo's moons tend to get along very well with children and make excellent parents. What I will say is I have a very, very good and strong relationship with children. I tend to see them for who they are and connect with them on a deeper level without that ego attachment at all. But just, I like that childlike play that I can have with children where they can be completely innocent. The innocence is what I love about people in general, because that's about showing you for who you are, which is so incredibly valuable. We often put up these walls, and these walls are only used to, in quote unquote, protect ourselves. When we let these walls down, we can allow ourselves to shine, which is absolutely beautiful. But children, before they develop their ego and conditioning, they're very much innocent and they're pure, which is what I love about when I connect with them, which is beautiful. This is where the attention-seeking part of the Leo really shines. Not in the negative, oh look at me, the toxic trait, but the very, I want everyone to have fun and be happy, even if I have to be a goofy person to make people laugh. Definitely very, very much me in many ways. I like to have fun, I like to play and connect with my inner child, which is very, very important. People can take this as being an attention seeker or immature individuals. But it said here, get off your high horse. Leo moons want you to be happy and will do a lot to make sure that everyone is smiling. Leo moons are very paternal in their part, and they will literally hunt you down if you hurt one of their loved ones. I will say I'm very, very protective, very connected with my heart centre, and Leos live from their hearts. They wear their heart on their sleeve, so to speak. They very much can relate to that, but not that I would hurt anybody, but I've become very, very protective of those at which I love, and I don't like seeing people hurt. And you could say that that's where the healer comes from within me as well. I love to be protective and supportive of others, and that's where the Leo moon comes into play. So it's interesting that when you've got the Leo sun and Leo moon, or you've got two of those signs within the same aspect, they can conflict one another, but in other ways they can be very complementary of one another as well. But having them both in the same sign can cause both of them to be intensified. But very, very interesting looking at both the sun and the moon there. So I hope you found that interesting to get started. Now let me look at my rising sign. Now my rising sign is Capricorn, and Capricorn, well, Saturn is the ruling planet of the Capricorn rising sign. Such individuals are very blessed with the ability to see philosophical aspects of life. This allows them to ponder over the deeper things in life. And I'm sure with you connecting to my channel here on YouTube, or whether you connected with me on social media in other ways, you'll know that I'm a very deep thinker, and I like to ponder the different philosophies about life and share my views on maybe what is going on in the world, or what is going on for people within their lives, so that I can bring somewhat of a wisdom to support people. Again, going back to my healing and mentoring work that I do here at the Soul Pathway. They are very often considered to be isolated individuals who prefer to stay alone, although this is most certainly not always the case. Okay. They are very success orientated people and will plan things efficiently before jumping into doing anything. Now, I would say that is very much true. I've got many courses that I've done over the years, and in fact I've currently got 4 courses on Udemy to support people in their spiritual development, from understanding the different archetypes to supporting, soulmates and twin flames. I've got my course all about balancing the masculine and feminine within, and my most recent course, which is all about honouring and healing your shadow. I've got those aspects as well, and I will say that with my honouring and healing your shadow course, I was meant to do that, a year ago now, and it took me a long time to put together that course. I wanted to make sure I covered all the things that I wanted to share within the course, and there was so much detail within that course, and that's why I love putting together these courses, but it's really important for me to plan things ahead of time to make sure I'm covering all the things that I want to, either within sessions or within the courses I do, so I don't jump into anything too quickly, but more importantly, so that I deliver good value in the work that I do. Really, really important for me. So here we go, here's some more information. Capricorn rising individuals will accept responsibilities, as it's their nature to accept challenges. The riskier, the better for a Capricorn ascendant. And that is very, very true. I would say that's very, very true in some ways, actually. I'm very much one that takes responsibilities for my actions. If I feel I've done something wrong, I will apologise, and often I will apologise if I haven't done something wrong. Often that's the caregiver aspect of me that wants to please others, but I think it's essential that we self-reflect in a way that we can act from our hearts, and so that we are taking responsibility for our actions and we're not hurting others. I think that's very, very important. But with regards to taking risks, I'm not a big person for taking risks. Maybe I need to do more of that in my life right now. But very, very interesting when it comes to the Capricorn Ascendant. They are among the best managers on the planet. Deep down inside, though, they are very sensitive and caring individuals who will do anything to make sure their loved ones feel secure. And you can say that very much is connected with the Leo moon here as well. So the Capricorn rising very much reflects the Leo moon as well. I'm a very sensitive individual. I'm a very caring person, and I want to make sure people are loved, cared and supported. That's my inner nature. That's generally what I'll do and how I go about life. But I think that is very, very important, especially within the world that we live right now, because it can be very hard, it can be very challenging for so many different people. So if we can be, very loving and caring for people, then people won't have to go through the challenging times so much at which they may be experiencing. That love and care and sensitivity can go a really long way for everybody. So really think about that. And security is obviously important for anybody that I connect with and support. I want to make sure that people feel safe in my company and they don't feel threatened in any way. That's very, very important to me. So now I'll jump into my Venus sign. And the Venus sign, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is all about living from the heart and how you can live from the heart for yourself. When you connect with your Venus sign, is all about that. As we step into the age of Aquarius, where is your heart guiding you in this moment with regards to your career, with regards to your soul, and with regards to the wholeness of who you are? Not just those individual aspects, but more so the wholeness, because you want to embrace each and every aspect of life and yourself. So let me speak briefly about the Venus sign here. So the Venus in Cancer, because my Venus is in the Cancer sign, very much related to the crab, and again, Cancers are very, very emotional. So I've got the deep emotional aspect of myself, which I have been coming to terms with over the years, but I find a lot of strength in that. But obviously, as we know, Cancers can be very, very emotional. But Cancer men tend to show his love and affection right from the start, and he won't hesitate to reveal his emotions if he thinks it's the right moment to do so. He likes seeing his partner satisfied and his friends happy with the treatment that he offers. He helps build up a sense of stability and security that no one else can match. Again, that's very, very important. That sense of stability, supporting others so that I know that they're cared for. Now, this next bit is quite interesting. While some men may prefer their partners to be exceedingly vivacious, foxy, and bold to the utter limits, the Venus in Cancer men want a sensitive, sensible, and tender woman. I think that is very, very important for me. I haven't had many, intimate relationships in my life, but when it comes to really having an intimate relationship, it's really essential for me to have that deep connection with those I meet. If I don't have that deep connection, I won't feel connected with them. But I won't want to enter an intimate relationship in that way. So I feel into the sensitivity of others and the tenderness of who they are. I connect with their soul, and that is what I love about people. In many ways, that's really, really at the core what turns me on. I love to connect with people on a deeper level, and that is what sets my soul on fire with regards to love, honesty, vulnerability, and more importantly, intimate relationships. He wants her to be natural, to take care of herself in a simple yet intriguing manner. If she shows her need to be protected and taken care of without trying to hide it, it's even more attractive to him. He wants to build a relationship from the ground up, to help it along the way, and to spiritually enrich the bonds with sensible approaches. So that's my Venus sign. And how does it apply to my work, the work that I do? I want to give to people from a place of love, and I'm very caring in that sense. With regards to my work, when I do mentoring and healing sessions, it's really important that clients are vulnerable with me, and I offer that safe space in order for them to be vulnerable. Because when you can be vulnerable, it not only shows your weakness, but it shows you where you can heal and where you can love yourself. And in many ways, this is what the Venus in Cancer is all about. So that's just an insight into my chart with regards to my sun sign, my moon sign, my rising sign, and even my Cancer sign. I could go into much, much more detail, but this would make it an incredibly long video. But what I will say is that I hope you found it to be valuable, to be honest, because there is a lot I've covered, and I hope I've shared in a lot of detail that you can connect with. What I will say is take some time to explore your astrology and connect with a great astrologer out there that can read your birth sign so that you can gain a greater understanding of who you are. What I will say though is take care, much love, and I do look forward to connecting with you in another video. If you have any questions or comments though, or if you've picked up some things within my chart that I haven't mentioned, please be sure to let me know within the comments, and I look forward to connecting with you in another video very soon. Bye for now. Awaken your soul pathway and shift from self to soul. Download our free app on the Google Play Store, where you can disconnect from your mind in order to reconnect with your soul as you awaken to your spiritual journey and connect with your soul from within. Learn from one of our many courses available on Udemy. We have our Archetypes for Life program, where you can connect with your inner world in order to transform your outer world. We also have your Awaken Your Inner Warrior course, where you can learn how to balance your masculine and feminine within. You can even take the journey of divine love to embrace your soulmate or twin flame. Or you can honour and heal your shadow as you shift it from darkness to light. Gain deeper insights from Spirit as you connect with your soul and awaken your soul pathway with our Soul Pathway Oracle cards. Visit www.thesoulpathway.com for more information.